Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about this upcoming new moon. That is one that a lot of people are talking about because it will be a very, very strong and intense one. So on Monday, 13th of November at 10:27 a.m. for Central European time, the new moon forms in Scorpio. So there is already a lot of intensity already in the sign. Sign of death and rebirth, sign of strong drives, of conflict, of war also, of facing the shadow. But this new moon will be conjunct Mars, the warrior, but also the god of war, and opposite Uranus, the anarchist, the rebellion, and square Lilith. Lilith is our primal fear, our unrecognized shadow, unaccepted shadow. So there's a lot to this new moon. What have these three archetypes in common? So the intensity, strength, a lot of strength, and a huge amount of energy. So also it will be very different how each of us will receive this kind of very strong intensity. Because if we are not connected to our Mars, to our energy, to our anger, to our sexuality, to our drive for life, to our passion, if we are more of a submissive type, for example, this new moon could be very helpful to step more into our energy, to align more with our warrior, so maybe to dare more in life. So this huge amount of energy can be used as a propulsion to go wherever we need to move to. But for those of us who are already very connected or prone to conflict, maybe more the reactive type, it can be too much. So this is really a very charged new moon. So I really suggest that already a couple of days before we start discharging energy. And I'm not talking about yoga. I'm talking about really go swimming for 1 hour without stopping, go running into the woods, having a catharsis, punching into pillows, screaming, yelling. I mean, each of us can find our safe way to express it, of course. But it's very important, because otherwise we can really feel this, like if somebody had plugged something in our body with a lot of energy, a lot of overexcitement, but also overreactions. So we could really look for conflicts in these days, try to fight, trigger reactions in other people. And that's maybe good. That's maybe good. But also, let's really count up to 10 and breathe and try also to avoid to react to provocations from other people. Rather, let's try to really ground in our body and respond from another space. And this space has to be balanced. And it's not really easy to be balanced in these days. So that's why it's so important to discharge energy and to really make space and to really let go of this excess of fire. Also, we have to decide if we want to leave this Mars that is really conjunct this new moon as the god of war, so making war with everybody, looking for every single trigger to start a fight, or if we want to embrace the warrior. So maybe it's time to really come out from our shell of insecurity, of I'm not good enough, and really embrace our warrior spirit and say, okay, now I feel I can. I'm confident that I can do that. I trust in myself. I have the energy to do this. Also, let's have a look at Uranus and Lilith, because here we have some things in common. In the myth, Uranus steals the fire. It's not Uranus, really, it's Prometheus, but it's the myth of Uranus. Prometheus steals the fire to the man, to the gods, to give it to the man. And then he receives a very, very terrible punishment, as we know. And so he does something forbidden. And Lilith, the first partner of Adam before Eve, during the sexual intercourse, refuses to have a submissive role. She wants to have also her power expressed, to be equal to Adam in sexuality. And she rebels and she's banned from the heavens. So here we have really a strong urge to rebel to things that are not good for us anymore. So let's really rebel against our oppressors, any kind of oppressors, also our internal oppressors, the mind as oppressor, our patterns. Let's break off from our patterns. It's a wonderful chance, this one. We could think of the tarot, the tower in this moment, really. So a lot of beliefs, a lot of stuck energy, a lot of old structures can really collapse, need to be destroyed. And it's our call to do that, to be brave enough to really make this call, to break what no longer serves us, and to embrace more authenticity, to embrace our diversity, stop conforming, stop compromise because we want to be accepted. Scorpio doesn't give a about being accepted. Mars also doesn't care. Uranus and Lilith, neither. So, time to go and to make our own rules, to rebel against the ones that we don't believe they're serving our purposes. It's very interesting. I didn't look at the Sabian symbol this time, but I'm starting to work with the Chandra symbols. And the Chandra symbol for this new moon is a pair of glasses with no lenses in them. So it's like if in this moment, we really need to have an unfiltered vision of what's around us. No more opinions of other people, no more being so influenced by the suggestions, the advices from other people, but really have a pure and straight connection with the reality, with our perception, how we feel it, stepping into our authenticity, finding our truth. That doesn't mean to be selfish. It means to establish a direct relationship with the world without getting sidetracked. That's very important, because this allows us to really embody this Mars fully and using it as a propulsion to move forward, to move toward our goals, to a more empowered version of ourselves. So I wish you a wonderful new moon. And remember, as someone famous, I don't remember who, but someone famous said, be yourself. All the others have already been taken. Happy new moon.